Let's talk about virtual events. We live in the post-COVID age. What's the value of virtual events? Should candidates be investing in virtual events when stuff like this happens?
Well, as you say, in the post-COVID age, lots of folks use Zoom for various things like we are right now. And that's certainly good for things like media interviews because it doesn't require then a person with a camera to show up at the interviewee's location or the interviewees show up at a studio or something like that. So it makes these sorts of things a lot easier. On the campaign trail, I think that it's something that can be integrated into a campaign, that there are going to be times when maybe you want to reach a wider audience and even if you have an in-person event of some sort, to have it also broadcast via the internet in some particular way, whether it's on Twitter or some other platform or just directly on the web, that's a good thing too, because again, you always want to try to reach as wide an audience as possible. In terms of having exclusively Zoom events, again, sometimes that can be useful. If you had a situation where well, for example, when Ron DeSantis had the hurricane in Florida and he needed to return there and leave the campaign trail, well, rather than canceling a particular event, he could maybe have held something via Zoom if that had been part of the plan, and if he had the time to do it, or any other particular person, if you have a situation where because of the time it takes to travel from one location to another, one state from another, then it may be good to sometimes hold these virtual events. That said, I think that at least in Iowa and other places as well, I'm sure that the voters would far appreciate having the candidate actually show up because there's just a big difference between seeing something on a Zoom screen as opposed to seeing that person live and be able to interact more directly with that person in terms of like a town hall situation, asking questions, getting responses, and so forth.